We didn't know what to do for the last 3
I
hours.
know, we've been upstairs. Going good and then what?
The men's hockey team hosts Minnesota this weekend for a pair of games at the Kohl Center as the two teams square off in a series for the second time in 3 weeks. Friday's game starts at 8 p.m., while Saturday night is a 7 p.m. start, and both games will be televised by BTN. Head coach Mike Eaves is here, and we'll take questions. Brian?
Hi, Mike. I know you were disappointed with Saturday. You normally meet with the captains on Mondays, too. Were you able to glean anything from them this morning about just the feeling of the club itself and its performance against Michigan?
We actually didn't meet this Monday. We meet every other Monday. This morning wasn't one of the Mondays. I watched the film yesterday at home, and it's interesting. I thought we actually were better in our zone than Friday, and yet the thing that bit us in the backside was 3 goals were scored below the goal line almost from the bottom of the circle down, and that's very unusual for our goaltending. So I think if we can come out of that first period down 2-0, we're still in the game. We got a chance. But the game was 4-0, and it was going to be a real miracle to get that done. But we played better without the puck in our own zone and did some things, but the game was kind of out of reach at that point.
Mike, you just got done playing the top 2 power plays in the country. You get to face the Minnesota one more time. 84% kill percentage, pretty good. What have you seen in that from those units that
Yep.
you like? I know it starts with goaltending, but what other elements have you seen?
It starts with goaltending. Then I think it's been the guys in front of the goaltending doing some very basic things. Like in the penalty killing, there's your forecheck. Not allowing them just to come into the zone uncontested. We've done a better job making sure that they just can't skate into our zone and set up. We've battled them at the blue line. Second thing is that when we've had a chance to get the puck out, we've made plays and got the puck 200 feet. And then thirdly, if you watch our penalty killing in our own zone, you notice that our spacing is better, our sticks are more active. We're working in unison as a group of 4 in front of Rump. So those are contributing factors to why the penalty killing has been better. Coach Shuey's done a nice job with those young guys, bringing them along.
Mike, what's the biggest takeaway that you have from your previous series with Minnesota that you think will benefit your team this weekend?
Well, I think not only playing them, but playing Michigan, which is a similar team in terms of their team speed and skill. I think that we know what we're going to get ourselves into on a big sheet of ice. So I think that's a big thing to take out of playing them last time. We're familiar with what they want to do in the power play and the penalty killing. That should help us out. So I think that familiarity will breed well for us.
Do you expect or are you concerned that anything may carry over from the last time you played a couple of weeks ago?
No. Other than it's going to be another competitive series. It always is. It doesn't matter where we are in the standings. It's always competitive, hard fought, and it'll be much of the same this weekend.
Mike, outside of moving Joseph Abate from the wing to center and maybe some moments where you had guys on the bench Saturday, you haven't really changed your lines. Is that something that's more of a thought at this point in time, or you like what you see from the chemistry that group so
yeah,
far?
we talked about it in terms of what guys are real candidates to be in the top 6. I think we have that, and we've seen some really good things from Joseph and Bessie and Rockwood at times. We've seen some really good things from Husey and Zully and Solway at times, and the consistency hasn't been there. And so, but we ask ourselves, is Ustaski ready to go up and be part of that mix? Is Wagner, is Naven? At this point, we don't think so. So I think it's about staying with that. We've seen some real good chemistry with those top 6 forwards, and we need to find that just more consistently. Like when I say, I mean back-to-back games, because they've been. I thought Husey's line Saturday was really good. I mean, they had some terrific chances, and I still can't believe Husey doesn't have a goal yet. Some of the things that he's been doing and his line mates. So I think in terms of what we have and people playing together, we have to stick with that right now.
You mentioned a key word, consistency. Do you chalk up the lack of consistency to simple inexperience this year, or is it something more than that?
No, it is a big part of it. I'd say it's a majority part of it. And that is, as we get older as human beings, as adults, we become more consistent in the way we live our life and not fall down in the mud every once in a while. And it's especially true with these young people that are between 18 and 23 trying to figure it out. And when a guy turns pro, one of the reasons that you become a pro in something is because you can be good day in and day out. And that's something that we strive for with our kids. And you know, there's a lot of written material about that frontal lobe right now and how it doesn't develop till you're 23. And so, you know, that's part of their development with us. And we'll keep pounding that and trying to find that button to help them grow to that.
Mike, I know you mentioned you'd drawn a line in the sand on Saturday. Is it an open competition for all positions for Friday, or isn't that the way it is all the time, basically, though?
It is. It's about, again, you know, we're not a professional team where we can send guys down or trade for guys. It's the only piece that we have that's controlling is ice time. And you kind of get caught between a rock and a hard spot, because if you sit one of your top 6 guys for very long, you know, it hurts the team. It's kind of a gentle kick in the fanny to say, hey, you need to wake up and get going here. You're hurting your teammates, and you need to straighten it out. So I think we're at a point where we know our players better now than we did at the beginning of the year, obviously, and we can do stuff like this to kind of gently remind them that, hey, wake up. It's time to get going here.
Granted, things haven't gone your way in the win column this year, but what could a win against a rival like Minnesota do for this team's mindset moving forward?
Oh, you know, we kind of got a little taste of that on Friday night up in Minnesota, coming back like we did and winning in a shootout. There's a euphoric high that exists, and it helps create a confidence level. And we've talked about confidence already this year, and the fact that you create some of that in practice by how hard you work, you feel good about yourself. And then you solidify that confidence by how you play in a game in terms of really solidifying that. It's that final ingredient for that cement to kind of make it hard in your confidence level. So, you know, having to get a win or having that win against a rival would do great things for our confidence.
Brian, you know all about the history of this program to celebrate 25 years since that 1990 championship team. That's actually quite a long time ago.
It is. It's amazing how time goes by. And this group especially, I didn't know this group very well before coming back to Madison to take this job, but had heard how close they were, what a hard-working group they were, and just kind of get-it-done group. There's a lot of strong personalities in that group, for sure. And so for them to come back and celebrate will really be a piece for them to enjoy.
Anything else for Coach?
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.